Incredible greetings, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the honest speaking brand of products, Silhouettes Anonymous, where I have been teaching you guys how to use and master Silhouette Studio, as well as 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of classes. In this video, I am going to show you an easy way. Like, this is a simple version. So if you have to do a lot of different pages, it's a little bit different. But if it's just two, like one or two splits that you have to make, this is a quick and easy way to be able to split your designs so that you can tape them together for larger prints. This is something that will be helpful if you are someone who, like, let's say if you only have the small format printer for sublimation, like the EcoTank 2720, 2803, 4700, any of those printers, or like the F5, the F170, or a Sawgrass 500, and you need to be able to split the prints up. These are some things that you can do. Like I said, if it is a simple and basic split where we're talking no more than like one or two sections. Now, when you have to do maybe 8, 9 to different pages, we have a class that goes over that and how to save your design and then crop it down so that you can have those ready to print into sections. This is more so for just solid prints that you're going to tape and overlap together for sublimation. If you are doing a project like just a regular print and cut for like a centerpiece, there's different steps for that, because if at all possible, you don't want to have a straight line going through your design, it is better to have like it contoured. So that's going into Silhouette and using your edit point. So that's a totally different one. So this is just a simple basic split specifically for sublimation and more so for sublimation than anything. All right. So this design is set up to be a little bit under like 11 by 17. But if you're going to print this just to, like, let's just say you have 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper, you're going to want to have some overlap so that once you put the two together, part of one of the designs should still be on the other. And that'll make more sense once we kind of get into it. So I have my design page size set up for 8.5 by 11 because that's the size paper that we are going to print to. But you would design it and set it up for whatever size you want to print at. All right. So because I have my paper set up for portrait, I'm just going to go ahead and rotate my design 90 degrees. So we're going to come to transform, go to rotate, and we're just going to rotate that 90 degrees. Okay. And I'm going to position this where we're going. Actually, let's make sure. So this might end up being 3 cuts, or 3 of them. Yeah, so we'll have to do 3 different prints because of this little piece right here, which can technically waste a whole sheet of paper. So you want to be careful with that. Actually, for this, I'm just going to shrink it down in size just so that we only have to use 2 sheets. I'm going to just bring that down a little bit. That would also, a lot of times I get questions about, okay, well, what size do I use? This would also be a determining factor for size, because if you want to avoid having to do 3, if you want to avoid having to do like 3 different prints and tiling 3 different prints, you'll just do it where it's 2. So you will adjust the size to where it's just 2 prints. Okay. So with it rotated, you just kind of want to, I just do like a quick check just to kind of see. I'm going to come over here to my line tool, click on the straight line, and I'm going to draw a line straight down. You do want to have your show print border on. Right now, mine is set for a different size paper, but that's fine. So I'm going to say that my print border is about here, and I need to bring this down some. All right. And then if I move this, we're within. Okay, so perfect. So you want to put that line where like the edge of your print border is, which actually this needs to come up. So this is really where my print border is going to be. Right now it's not set because I just printed some 13 by 19 prints, but I know it's going to be somewhere in there. So you would take this and you would go print. So we're going to go file. Not file. We're going to go to print. You're going to choose whichever printer you're going to print to. I'm just going to, just for the sake of this one, I'm just going to choose my 2710. And we're going to go to preferences. We're going to change this to 8.5 by 11, mirror on. It's set up for portrait. And I'm just going to hit OK, apply. I'm going to just hit cancel, but you would normally hit print. So once it prints, you can see my print border jumped. You're then going to select everything that's here, move it up, and that line that you made to indicate the bottom of the print, you don't want to move that right to the print border line. You actually want it a little bit behind it so that you get this overlap of the design. The first one, it's going to stop right where this line is. So for this, you want that line to be inside of the print border. So you can do as much as you feel like you need. So I can even bring this back a little bit because I have more room on this side. I try not to do too much of it. And then you're simply going to print it. Once you print it out, you trim it. I have videos where I've shown that, so I'm not going to do that in this particular video, but I do have videos where I show, trimming it down, and then you're going to line those pieces up. So that's how you would do that from Silhouette Studio. All right. Now, if you are using a program like Photoshop, we're just going to come over here. I'm going to make this also a little bit smaller. Okay. Now, what we would do for this is kind of sort of the same, but you'll do it under the print settings. So we're going to go File, Print, and you're going to go to your print settings first, and you're going to set this up. And for this one, you can leave it in landscape if you want, because of how you have it set up. So we're going to print this in landscape. So all that is set up. You will go ahead and hit OK. It's going to, if your page size was set for something else, it's going to jump to this. You're going to click on your image and move it down. There was no line to really indicate it. So you're just kind of looking at and eyeballing where it's at. So you have a look for this one, we have a little bit of like the top of it. So when we do the next one, we want to make sure that we still have a little bit of this on the page. So you're going to go ahead and print. Then you're going to go back in, File, Print. And once this comes up, you're just going to simply move your image up. And so for this, I'm going to put it where it's like, I have the whole S. So the top of the S is on the first one, the top of the S is on the second print. You would print this out, and then of course do your trimming to overlap them and tape them together. So that is an easy way to tile. If it's just maybe one or two straight cuts going, one or two straight cuts pretty much going like down. If you have to do like 4 and it's like 4 sections, it's kind of in a box, you could, still do something like this, and you just have to remember to move it not just over and down. You also have to move it, side to side. That can be a little bit more complicated. We do have a video that shows you how to save it. So from Silhouette Studio, you have to have, of course, Business Edition to be able to save it as a PDF or JPEG or PNG file, and then you'll set up your boxes. It's a little bit more steps to it so that you can actually split it and cut it down and have the individual pieces that you would center and then print. It'll make sense once you watch that video. But this is, again, for simple, no more than 1 or 2 sections that you need to break up. This will be the same thing. Like, let's say you have a 30-ounce tumbler and you need to split that up. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I know like for a 20-ounce, it is 9.5 by 8.15. So let's just say 11 by 9. Okay. Of course, we can't print this onto we can't do this on a 8.5 by 11. we would have to split it up, but it's going to be much of the same. So if you have your 8.5 by 11 paper, we're going to go ahead and you can either split it directly in half, or you can just kind of have a little space left over. But if you're going to decide to do it in half, I recommend putting a line, selecting the line and your group together design. You're going to center that. And then we're going to just move this over here, making sure that that line is close to the print border. You're going to print that. And then the next time you're just going to bring this over. You're going to print that, trim it, tape it together, and then wrap it around your tumbler. So it's the same type of setup. All right, for that, if you have a 30-ounce tumbler, but a small format printer. So hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to leave them as a comment. I'll do my best to answer them at my earliest convenience. If you are in my Facebook group and you're still kind of having some trouble, you can always post a picture in the Facebook group, of your screen and also of your misprint, and give us as much information as possible so that we can try and help navigate you to the solution for your issue. And that would be over in our Honestly Speaking Sublimation group over on Facebook. All right, y'all. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. If you have not done so already, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell and turn it to all if you found this video helpful and you want to be notified for other useful videos. Okay, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.